Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop channel, and today we're going to be looking at KD's signature shoe line, of course by Nike, and he actually just signed a lifetime deal with Nike, so that's pretty crazy, right? And he's had 15 signature shoes, I guess not counting the elites. You guys remember elites? Do you guys want elites to come back? I kind of do, honestly. I don't know, like I feel like we complained a little bit when it was here, like when we had elites, because it was like so many shoes. But then like now I kind of miss it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I try to get every single shoe, right? And I haven't tried every. Well, I've tried every single shoe in a signature shoe line besides the KD1 and the KD2 and the KD3. So performance wise, I'm not gonna do those obviously, but we're gonna do aesthetics, right? And then also we're gonna do performance. And of course, this is all just my opinion, and everyone's opinion is gonna be different, you know, with their experience and their preferences and stuff like that. So tell us what your, I guess, like top 5 would be down in the comment section below, aesthetically and also performance wise. But let's get it started off with the KD4, and this is the Weatherman colorway. You guys remember the Weathermans? But anyways, the KD4 is absolutely amazing. I love this shoe. It's really, really nice to play in, and I give it a solid S tier, right? S tier or A tier. Maybe S minus, just because I feel like the cushion could be a little bit better. I mean, the foam is still kind of soft, but the forefoot, I believe there was a forefoot zoom in it, but I feel like it could have been a little bit better, but it's still nice. I mean, if KD's, especially in like his more recent shoes, have been absolutely amazing for cushions. And obviously the earlier part of his shoe line, it wasn't that nice because it was more like the budget shoe, right? But anyways, KD4 is still super nice, and same thing with the KD5. The KD5 was really, really nice to play. I love the traction. The cushion was all right. I mean, there's that Air Max unit in the heel, which I don't really like Air Max personally too much, but it's all right. And then forefoot zoom in, I believe. The synthetic materials that Nike used to use was it was all right. Like when you first got it, it was kind of stiff, you know, but then it got better as you kept playing in it. It was thin, it was supportive and stuff like that. Way more supportive than like modern materials, you know, like mesh, textile and stuff like that. But the only thing I didn't like about the KD5 was the high top. I don't really like playing in high tops, but other than that, super nice. All right, you guys remember the KD7 Elites? The KD7 Elites, guys. The KD7 also I didn't really like all too much, which we'll get into, which is blasphemy. I know a lot of you guys love the KD7, but the KD7 Elite, I'll give it a solid C. I don't think it was terrible, but this foam positive material was super thick. It was really stiff. It was super hot. And then it's not a huge fan of the cushioning setup also, and also the traction traction was okay, but it was just like the overall, it was super unstable for me. I actually rolled my ankle playing in the KD7 like 3-4 times. So yeah, the KD7 Elite, and not really good. KD5 Elite, I give it a solid S tier as well. I mean, actually, maybe I'll put the KD5 in A plus. KD5 Elite, I actually like a little bit more. The traction is really, really good. Actually, the cushion was not that good though. I feel like the KD5 is better. Maybe I'd put in A plus as well, but KD5 Elite overall was really good. Material, same thing, it's just like a synthetic material. It's low top, which I like. Very minimal feeling shoe as well. Super supportive. Very responsive feeling shoe too. So I give it a solid A plus, right? KD6 Elite, I give it a solid B, just because, okay, so the traction was really good, right? But the cushion was way too freaking bouncy. So damn bouncy with the full length zooms setup. You guys remember that? It's basically the same setup as the LeBron 10, kind of. And also the actual like sole of the shoe was really, really stiff. You couldn't bend it at all. So I didn't like that either. And then the support with the mesh material, especially for an Elite, wasn't amazing. So I feel like B is solid. Okay, so KD3 I have not played in, so I guess I'm just gonna not put it up. And then you guys remember the KD8 Elite with the duck? I remember when KD wore these and it was orange color. It was an orange color when he was with the Thunder. But yeah, I give it a solid B. You know, it wasn't terrible. But I did traction, I feel like picked up a good amount of dust. Cushion was alright. Materials were okay. Support was pretty good. I just feel like the traction could have been a lot better. So I feel like B is pretty solid. KD9, I gave it a solid A. The only reason it's in A tier is just because I had 2 colors of the KD9 and it picked up a good amount of dust. If I was playing on a clean court, it was really good, but a little bit of a dust magnet. Cushion, of course, with the full-length zoom unit was amazing. And then the material with the Flyknit, great. Support was pretty, it was alright, it was adequate, I'd say. And it's a great looking shoe as well. Next, we got the KD9 Elite, I believe, right? This is the KD9 Elite. I give it a solid A. It's literally the same exact shoe as the KD9. So, yeah. Same thing with the KD10. Where's the KD10? The KD10 is the exact same freaking shoe. So, where is it? I'm looking. Did I miss the... Oh, here it is. Yeah, KD10A. Literally same exact... You know, it picked up a little bit of dust. Same exact cushion. Material was pretty, like with the Flying is pretty much the same. So I give it a solid A, just because the traction did pick up a little bit of dust. I believe this is the KD1 and that's the KD2. I might be wrong. But yeah, I didn't play in those. So there's that. KD6, I really like playing on the KD6, right? The traction is really, really good. Cushion, however, there is a top-loaded zoom unit in the forefoot, which I did like, and the Air Max unit in the heel, which is alright. But I did like the synthetic material once I broke it in. It's supportive, it's thin, it's minimal. I like the low top. It's an amazing looking shoe as well. I guess maybe A+, just because the cushion wasn't amazing, especially comparing to more of his like modern shoes. But yeah, I feel like S is okay. I really like that shoe. KD7, yeah, probably C. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna hate that, I know. But yeah, traction was pretty, it was alright. Cushion, it's just like, it was so unstable with the Air Max unit. Like I said, I rolled my ankle like 3 times, so I didn't like playing on the shoe. Now also, it's a great looking shoe, however. I really like how it looks, but yeah, just because of that, I'll put it in C. KD8, I give it a solid A. I actually have this exact colorway, and the traction just is not good on the dusty court. It picked up a good amount of dust if I remember correctly. Clean court, of course, is really good. Cushion is nice, you know, with the full length zoom setup. You guys remember the where the ball of your foot is though? That part kind of like really compressed a lot, so that was kind of but other than that, it was nice. And it had the introduction of the, what was it called, the Flyweave or something like that? It was supposed to be a new material, and then they just scrapped it after the KD8, but still a really, really nice performer. Alright, KD11, I give it a solid B. Traction, it was overall solid, you know, it was alright on dust. Cushion with the full-length zoom unit was really nice, but lateral containment was not good. You guys remember my foot would come out of the footbed a good amount, and I mean there was no lateral counters, right? And also, you guys remember the back with the plastic? It would rub the skin like right on my Achilles raw, and it would just peel off. So that was really annoying. I feel like a lot of people experienced that as well. So yeah, I give it a solid B. KD12, solid A, just because in the colorways that I had were all translucent outsoles, and they actually picked up a good amount of dust as well. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't amazing on dust, right? So that's why I'm putting an A. And also, of course, this was the introduction of the full-length zoom stroll unit, which was amazing, right? And then you have the material with the screen mesh, which wasn't amazing for quality, but it's thin, it's supportive, it conforms to your foot. So KD12, I gave it a solid A. KD13, I gave it a solid S. Traction is freaking phenomenal, top tier traction. Cushion with the full-length zoom stroll. Heel is a little clunky because it's just rubber, right? Like the midsole doesn't compress really at all, but not terrible or anything. And the material was nice, even though quality wasn't great. Overall on foot was really, really nice. Same thing, I mean, KD14 is the best performer in his entire shoe line, in my personal opinion. The cushion line, of course, super nice and super soft in the heel, and then material thin, support is amazing, a full-length zoom stroll unit, traction is it's god tier, right? So easy S tier. And same thing with the KD15, I give it a solid A plus S. It's literally the same as the KD14. However, there was a little bit of heel slippage for me. It wasn't terrible for the heel slippage. I know some people where it was terrible, but because it wasn't terrible for me, I'd still probably give it like an A, right? So yeah, performance wise, there's nothing that was F, which is amazing. C, just because the KD7, I didn't have a good experience in it. And then B, these are still all right? And then most of them are A, and a good amount of them are S. So performance wise, they're absolutely amazing. And then now let's do the aesthetics, right? So KD4, easy S tier. I love the way the shoe looks. I love the strap with the swoosh on it. It's just iconic, and you know, the colorways as well. KD5, I give it a solid A. KD, yeah, this is a no. Actually, there were some dope colorways though, but I feel like the overall silhouette is not amazing, especially with the holes. KD5 Elite, I'll give it a solid A. KD6 Elite, I remember when this shoe came out, I wanted it so bad. So I give it a solid A. I really like how this shoe, especially this colorway. You guys remember this colorway? A KD3, I really like how it looks. I definitely feel like it's the best looking out of the KD 1 through 3. So I feel like A is good. You know, this colorway is super dope. This colorway is actually coming out soon, right? I missed the drop on the red colorway, so I was pretty sad about that. But yeah, there's that no, yeah, that's the duck boot is an F. Don't KD9 is an S though. KD9, if you guys remember, amazing looking shoe. KD9 Elite, I give it a solid A. The KD1, I give it a solid C. Not my favorite. Kind of looks like a boot, you know what I mean? KD6 is an easy S. I love the way the shoe looks, the colorways that came out. I love the swoosh on from the forefoot all the way onto the lateral side of the shoe was absolutely amazing as well. KD2, I give it a solid not a huge fan. Again, it looks like a boot. KD7, I give it a solid S. I absolutely love the way the KD7 looks. The colorway is amazing as well. It's just the performance that wasn't amazing for me personally. The KD8, I give it a solid A. Great looking shoe. You guys remember the saber tooth foam like in the back? It was inspired by the saber tooth, so that was pretty cool. KD10, I give it a solid S as well. Great looking shoe. I feel like the KD9 looks a little bit better, but the KD10 still looks great. KD11, I give it a solid, yeah, not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. The KD12, I give it a solid A. You know, pretty good looking shoe. Pretty good colorways as well. And same thing with the KD13, I give it a solid A. I do like the big swoosh. KD14, yeah, no, I was never a huge fan of how it looks. Yeah, the colorways, the only good colorway in my personal opinion was the Dream colorway, and that's it. Every other, I guess this one's alright, but every other colorway is eh. And then the KD15, I give it a solid B. Overall pretty good looking shoe, but I don't really like the back, you know, with like the lines going up, right? So yeah, that kind of sucks just because the KD14 is like an S tier, like one of the best shoes, but looks wise not the best, right? But the KD7's on here, not a huge fan of the performance, but it's a great looking shoe, right? So I guess looks wise, in my personal opinion, not the best, but you know, it's not terrible. You know what I mean? So I believe this is where a lot of people are going to disagree as well too. But again, tell us your thoughts down in the comment section below, like your top 5. And also we have the KD16 coming out soon. Now KD16 I feel like is probably going to perform like the KD15. But yeah, I'm super excited about it, and looks wise I give it a solid A right now. You know, I'd have to get in hand like on foot pictures and stuff like that, but I'm liking how it looks so far. So anyways, that about concludes this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.